Hello, 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 my beautiful Empresses. Welcome back to Embody Your Empress. My name's Sarah King, the host of this podcast and the founder of Empress Nation. This is the place you want to be if you are opening up to new perspectives, want to feel inspired by the people around you, and just here to have a really good time and some fun with some fellow like-minded people. Today's special guest, I'm excited to say we have an Amazon #1 bestselling author. She is a meditation teacher and also a children music entertainer. She formerly just, finished up in the podcasting world as well as a producer and helping people with their podcasts. So very like-minded. I'd love to welcome to Embody Your Empress, Olivia de Sousa. Welcome.
Yay, so glad to be here. Been really looking forward to this, Sarah.
Oh, me too. It feels like forever since we connected to begin with. But as we are recording this today, I feel like it's so timely, the exact moment we're recording, because in part of your piece, you share a beautiful statement that you teach women how to rewire their minds using mantras. And that feels like, for me personally, just the epic timing. So I can't wait to find out more about you and how you came to be on this journey. So would you like to share with us who you are as a human, as a soul, and what you're moving through?
Okay, thank you so much. Oh, I'm so curious to find out what the significance of the timing. Maybe we'll circle back to that. But to answer your question, just before we hit record, I shared with you that I've just made a fairly big decision. So one of the big things I was doing was podcasting. I've closed that, but before the reason we connected was because you put a post out there about asking for people for podcast guests, and I've just written the book, as you mentioned, and the book is The Ultimate Book of Word Spells. I'll hold it up in case there's any video version of this going anywhere. So it's The Ultimate Book of Word Spells, 21 Days to Miracles, Abundance, and Higher Guidance. So that's evolved through, that's a book that's come through inspiration, obviously, as these books do. But it started out as something I never thought I'd share with anyone. It's something I created for myself, and then I've shared it with women. So I now share it because it helped me first, and then I've had one step at a time, things have happened in such a way that I had epiphanies where I realized, oh, maybe this isn't just for me. So what's happened is when I do my journaling, I have this thing that I thought was my weird little quirk of I'll journal and try to make sense of the world or whatever, or just tap into higher guidance or whatever it is. And I always end up writing things in rhymes. And I would do it and as a way to rewire my own thoughts, or just simply because it came through as inspiration. And whenever an issue came up in my life, I'd like go, well, this is actually what I want to believe, and this is how I want to, we can go get stuck in ego, and we can get in a negative loop, and we have programming all the time from social media, from our friends, from what we think of as quote unquote normal, because what most people do, and all of these things. And then when you step back, you think, oh, actually some of this programming I don't need anymore. So I would write my own new programs, and then I'd record them for myself and play them to myself on my headphones walking around the house. And then I thought, hey, this could be useful for other people. And so I started putting them on Insight Timer. So I've built up a bit of a body of work there, and then ended up with, I don't know what I'm at, I haven't checked recently, but there's at least 20,000 listens or something. So I'm like, okay, it's not just for me. And
Awesome.
yeah, and then from there it progressed into someone else writing a book, like a collaboration book, and they put a post out there saying, if you're someone who does poems when they journal, it's Katie Carey, I'll give a shout out to her, and she does these soulful poems, and she said, if you're someone who journals and it comes out in poems and you get downloads and stuff like that, this is for you. And I went, oh, I'm not the only weirdo who does that. That's cool. And
And
that
it's
planted
something
the
to live with.
seed. That kind of planted the seed that it could be a book. And then I realized, because I used to think who'd buy a book on poetry, to be honest. But I realized this is more than thank you. I've changed a lot. Things that I used to think. I actually have read the book and other people's poems, and they're just so inspiring. But I realized that they are not just poems, but they are programs. They're alignment tools. And so I thought I can put this together as a book of tools that I use for myself and share with other people. So that's what I've come up with.
I love that. And yes, I would buy a book on poetry. I would buy a book on spells. I'd buy a book on mantras. Love it. I was actually in a shop yesterday just handling all the beautiful magical books that there are out there. And one was actually, it was really fascinating, um, about the day that you were born on, like your birthday. And it, like, I was reading my birthday, it was describing me to a T. I'm like, this is amazing. Hard
Isn't it?
copy book that I could physically pick up. And yeah, fascinating. So yeah, to all those other could be authors out there that are thinking, would anyone ever read this? Yes, they would. Go out and publish your book.
Go and
So,
do it.
so done. Beautiful. So that was your Amazon bestseller. It took you into Insight Timer, where you've grown a massive, well, I guess, following of people, which your words are literally touching. So when we go back to the mantra side of things, what were the biggest areas that you found needed the reprogramming for yourself?
For myself. Well, if I just flick through,
Yeah, just read.
I can pretty much tell you. Sometimes it's just actually just hearing somebody say something, and I'm like, that's it. So the first thing, it's just aligning with anything that comes to mind at any moment. So there's things like I am the commander. So it's like just reminding yourself that your words are powerful and that your words are your wand. So that's just with general alignment and just shifting into aligning yourself with a higher version of yourself and remembering your divinity, really. And so there's a few on that theme, just of aligning to your higher self. It might be put in different words in different ways, but that's what the first section of the book pretty much is, the alignment and guidance section. And then there's abundance and wealth. So there's remembering that, so in there may be things along the lines of remembering that you are made perfect the way you are, and remembering, because we're all made differently, and I very much believe in leaning into the way we are wired and finding the gold in that. And so those things come through in abundance and wealth. It's about trusting yourself and trusting the way you were made. And then there's self-worth things. There's hello to my younger self. So that there are things that I just get inspired to write when I've heard of the idea that you can shift timelines and even change future and past and all this quantum stuff. So I basically, if I think of myself as my future self now, I talk to my inner child, I guess, and healed anything or guided. I imagine myself giving myself my younger version of myself guidance. So that's a theme. And then there's a lot on at the end of the book is kind of world peace and world issue stuff, because I've been quite touched and quite moved by the things that are going on in the world, and realize how much as a collective we need healing. And so there's mantras where I'm like, we need those of us, the people that listen, you, me, and the people, like-minded people that would listen to a podcast like this, or pick up a book like mine, or follow any of this stuff. We are the ones that need to believe in ourselves and step up, because the world needs us to. Yeah, I think so. Does that answer your question?
It does, and that's a really beautiful point to acknowledge that often the outside world and what is happening what has been happening for quite some time can feel really overwhelming and defeating. Yet we have the power within ourselves to do something positive about it, whether it just be taking that stance of, I can make a difference in this world and it will overflow. And the more we do that as a collective, the more we know the energy will build and magnify on each other. So I guess using that internal dialogue, rewiring that limiting belief that there's nothing I can do about a situation, turning that round into what you have in the book. We really do have power to do something.
I absolutely believe that we do, and I think we don't have to do everything. I think we have to do our part. So, like a flower just has to bloom. It doesn't have to be the roots and grow pushing down into the ground. It has to just do the flowery bit of blooming. And so, water just has to do whatever water does. We just have to do our part. But I think, sometimes when things are announced, like the latest thing that makes you think, oh my God, what's happening? And these things happened all the time, but now I think it's like a veil has been pulled away and we see some of the craziness in the world. When some of these things happen, I double down even more on focusing on the truth, because I don't think of this madhouse 3D world we live in as being truth with a capital T, the ultimate reality. I think we live in I think we have to focus on the truth, which is unity and love underneath it all. And the more the things get crazy, the more we have to double down on finding the peace within and choosing love and not division and not outrage. There can be righteous anger about some things, but I think we have to stay anchored in love.
Absolutely, anchored in love. So for someone who was starting out on their journey, trying to connect that inner peace, where would you guide them to start with their words and their mantras?
Where would I guide them to start? Within, really. If they feel called, obviously grab my book, but I don't want to be like, I think my guidance always comes through in words and lyrics. And even like decades ago, I wrote something that is true to me in how I live, which is, this was a child's song, really. There's a place for you that you can go to. You need not go far. Tra la 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 la. You will soar and fly in a lullaby in the place where magic is real. And it's basically singing. It's about. What's the lyric? Where's the lyric that I really want to share with you? It is the place that you have seen inside your dreams. I just want to say it's the heart, but I can't remember where that lyric is. Basically, it's about the passion inside your heart leading you on the journey that you need to go on. Trust your heart. Your heart knows. Someone said once, Carly Marie, that I used to follow, she doesn't do coaching anymore, but her quote, she probably didn't make it up. I think it existed before, but she put it in my mind, which was, your brain thinks, your heart knows. And I think your heart knows. So when something happens on the outer, so whether it's me mentioning a mantra, whether it's you mentioning how you can help people, whether it's someone giving advice, what matters is not the thing that we're saying. What matters is what your heart does in response to that. So, if something inside of you goes, yes, and it just, your heart sings, and then that's the direction to go to. So, and if you're going into fear, it's just then you're getting into your head too much. So go with your heart.
I love that. Go with your heart.
That's it. Go with your heart and you can touch the sky, because you were meant to fly and you'll find magic in a place where you belong. That's what I was looking for.
And we're here for this show, everyone. I love that. Now I want more people to sing on the podcast.
You just triggered it.
was a good trigger to
That's
have.
a good trigger. People talk about triggers and they usually mean it negatively, but that was a good
Yeah,
trigger.
like, triggers can be positive as well. Like we get triggered into a positive response, and
Yeah.
that's a really cool one. Oh my gosh. Um, Completely lost my train of thought because where I was going with that. So that's fantastic.
Yeah, most podcast guests don't sing it. You do
Yeah,
sing to you.
lucky not everyone does.
Oh dear.
Well, I'll share why this is timely for me then.
Oh yes,
The
please.
past few days, I have been in a bit of a negative mindset, like this negative spiral has been happening for me, and I keep coming back to the mantras that I know work really well for me. So it's all about being safe, feeling safe and connected in my body, and that stops that spiral continuing for me. So when I saw that your interview was here for today, and we were talking about words and how important they are and how much they matter and how much power they hold, I was just like, oh, fantastic. I love it when I have an experience where it's like so deeply connected to what we're talking about, because I know that a lot of people have a really loud mental chatter that goes on in their head. And until we have awareness of it, it is the thing that is running our lives. Like we are living until we have awareness, we are living our lives in the subconscious, it's going away. And the mental chatter that is very loud and overpowering and amplifies on itself can just run away with us. When we have the awareness that it is there, but it actually doesn't have to run our lives, it's beautiful, it's powerful, and yet sometimes it still takes over. So I find personally that having the tools in my back pocket, like mantras, like knowing I have passages of words that will reframe me in an instant to quieten those very powerful noises. And they're probably not going to go away ever completely, but I can work in conjunction with them. And I know that they are just what they are. They're not running my life anymore. But having the power and the ability to use tools like you create and provide and have built for your community are just so incredibly grounding and necessary in this life, especially at the moment. A lot of people are awakening to seeing behind that veil, to seeing that there is more than the 3D world around us, to knowing that we are not just the thought patterns that are playing in our lives, that we actually have choice and sovereignty of how we live, and we get to choose which volume button gets turned up, wherever it's going to be something that supports us and promotes the life we want to live, or just the background subconscious playing as it has been generationally for a very long time. So thank you for putting this into my awareness. It was like the perfect moment for a lesson for me. And I've got to say, out of all the podcasts that I've recorded, never has a lesson been so prominent at the time of recording.
Thank you. Well, actually, what you said there reminded me of what I've been rereading again. One of the things I'm quite into is A Course in Miracles. I don't know if that's something that's crossed your path, but seeing it's the beginning of a year again, I started doing the first few year lessons, and the first section of A Course in Miracles, the first half or so, is all about dismantling old beliefs and the old patterns. And then, and basically, in a nutshell, is there's basically two things to choose from. There's love or fear. So love and truth are the things that are my core values and are what I aim to align with my mantras. But one of the things that I've just read recently is my the meanings that what are the along the lines of the meaning. I give my thoughts the meaning. They don't really have meaning. I project the thoughts onto them, and my thoughts are not real. They're just things, and that all I see is the past. So basically, we look at things and we project everything we've already learnt in the world, and we don't see them for what they are in that moment. And and we put all this importance in our thoughts and we make them real, and we can torture ourselves with these thoughts. And yeah, we're giving them too much power.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think when I recognized that I was giving the power away, that was a really pivotal point for me. I'm like, oh, if I'm giving it away, I can take it back. So I
Yes.
think for me, that the visualization of it's a volume button and I can stand there with a remote and turn the volume down.
Oh, that is such a good
That
That's a good
that way,
visualization, because that's literally what you do. And like I've had hypnosis done. I had a hypnosis session done. It was so helpful that I went and I got training in NLP, master practitioner stuff, just for my own interest. Because that's literally what she did in the visualization, was turning down those centers in the brain that do all that stuff, those stress centers that lie to us with all those ego thoughts. And just actually was she shared this visualization of actually picturing turning them down visually. Yeah.
perfect,
Mm.
perfect. And I love it when you go to a practitioner and you're so moved by it that you want to go and learn the modality for yourself, because I do that all the time as well. I'm like, what is this? I need to go and learn how to do it just for my own expansion.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I find I love that in life. It's one of so when people go, what are your hobbies? And I'm like, well, personal development, spiritual awareness, anything that's going to push those boundaries for me are what light me up. So, I mean, it's not the typical hobbies list, I guess, but that's what you'll find me doing. I'm learning breath work practitioner training in a couple of months, just because I went to a session where I had been very resistant beforehand, and I went to a session and it cracked me open, and I'm like, I get it now. And I'm like, I want to learn more. I want to know how this works on the sort of like physical level, on the scientific background. And of course, because I can see the spiritual level of it already, I'm like, this is so cool. And so I'm excited to go and learn about that.
That's amazing. And so, I mean, what else is there? I can't think of anything more exciting than the personal development spiritual stuff. It's like so meaty and rewarding and fulfilling. Yeah, for sure.
Never ending. There are so many different things out there.
Mm.
I would love to know more, Olivia, about how you bring this work into the music side of things.
How I bring it into the music side of things. It's more that I've had to recognize that this is what keeps happening for me. Like, it's just what keeps downloading, it's what keeps coming through. Um, yeah, that I'll just get inspiration, and I guess in my anything that I write, whether it's music or just words on their own, it's my values come through, and yeah, it comes through my heart. So I haven't got what was the question again?
How does the music side of what you're doing flow with the mantras and the words and
Yeah, I think it's what I was made to do. So as long as when I first wrote songs, and all those years ago when I wrote the magic song that I was singing before, that was probably way before I was into personal development so much. I think I was into it as a child a bit, because I knew someone who had a strong impact on me in terms of my worldview and spirituality. But then it sort of was a bit dormant. And then in the last few years, it's got stronger and stronger and stronger. But yeah, it's just chosen me, or maybe it's what I came here to do, or it just won't go away, and it's the thing I keep coming back to. So it's just, I do it just because I have to. And it just comes through, whether it's music or whether it's just words. It's just chosen me, so I do it because that's what I'm made to do.
I love how leaned into the intuition that you are, that you're just like, this is calling me and flowing with it, which is so gorgeous. Is it a very similar style, like children's music and adults, that you create with the mantras and positive wording and uplifting messages? Is it the same flow?
It it is, they can be different styles, as in stylistically. Like for kids, it could be upbeat, fun, bouncy, and getting them to say things uh, as well. But the common themes are still there. There's like the I like me no matter what song. Maybe I won't burst into song, but there's a song I wrote years ago, which was when my son was 3 years old and he was already getting bullied at childcare, and I'm like, what? And I wrote a song for that to teach kids to love themselves no matter what. Um, And then there's the song I'm Me, where you just celebrate being who you are. I'm me, it's just so cool. I'm me, it's so unreal. And and I did it. I remember doing a gig once where I was doing the album launch, and I wasn't planning to do that song. And they had some kids there who loved the music and would sing it at home, and that was their, like, someone requested it as being their favorite song, and they knew it all off by heart, and so I I sang it, and then just to see the kids light up and see them saying the words, and so it ends up being affirmations, but they're saying it with their full chest enthusiastically and saying it out loud and just saying, I'm me, it's just so cool. And like, I just went, yeah, that's what I'm meant to do. But I have songs for adults as well, like, which could be like when you imagine yourself being a badass and I'm stepping in the next level, me, I'm here to be everything I can be. Anyway, so there's stuff like that. There's a money song I've also got songs that I've just haven't recorded anywhere yet, but they're more meditation style songs, devotional sort of style songs, if you know. So that's on the to-do list. I've got them, but I need to put them out there for the world. So yeah, music is medicine, I guess. Music and words is medicine. It's just, I don't know. It's just what I do. Like, even if it's not with a great goal or purpose in mind, it's just, my word for the year is authenticity. So I just want to step into this even more. And just when I've been reading these Course in Miracles lessons, for example, I've put up 2 reels, which I'm not trying to make go viral or set the world on fire, but it's just me being authentic, and I'll read them, and then it ends up I summarize the Course in Miracles in my own way in a poem that comes through with a tune, and I've shared them as like sort of little incomplete songs on my Instagram. So it's just me. It's just what I do.
Oh, I love that. I love that so much. I'll have to go check it out. I think I know the ones you mean. Are they the last ones you posted?
Yeah, I just posted one this morning because I was just reading the last 3 lessons, and I'd put that into a song. And so you just see basically my notes app and see where I've tapped out the, the words, and I just sing it out and go, there's an easy way for me to put something in the world without having to make it too complicated. Yeah.
I love that though. Putting something into the world without making it too complicated, because you are so in flow with your divine coming through you. And yet the rest of us are sitting here going, right, we've got to make something the hard way and try and build it for 6 months, and then we don't put anything out there because the imposter syndrome takes over and we don't get to that. I love how passionate you are, and passionate in a way that is so authentic. Like, to me, you radiate authenticity.
Oh, thank you. That's an ultimate compliment. So thank you.
Yeah, I love it. I encourage and implore everyone else to go tune in with yourself. Like, what are you, like, this whole conversation, you're just like, oh, it's just cool to do it. It just came to me. I just put it out there. Like, just, but you, for you, it's so natural. And because you're following what is coming through, the downloads, and creating.
Well, I probably have overthought it in the past, to be honest. Like, I'm like, I just can't just put it out there. I have to have it produced well, because I write songs and a lot of stuff, but I could pick faults with not being I just not the greatest instrument player. Like, I'll clunkily play something to get the tune out so that I can get it produced, but it's not my passion. So I just sort of strum the chords and go, yeah, that'll be. But so sometimes I've stopped myself in the past of putting things out there because I want it to be the polished produced version, which I do love. I still want to get songs polished and produced and put out there as their complete little babies. My little baby that I made, and share it with the world. But yeah, like I said, I think our ultimate goal, like at the end of our life, when we when we're looking back uh, at our life, will be like, were we authentic? I think that's the number one thing, and so that's where our power is. That's what truth is. That's where strength is. That's where love is. So, um, yeah, what's the point of living if you can't be yourself?
So was that the way that you overcame that sort of more perfectionist style?
I don't know. I think it's one step at a time, peeling the onion, and just realizing that it's far more rewarding and enjoyable just to hit record and publish it and not overthink it so much. When you don't put
That's my
expectations.
mission for this podcast. You're like, it's not mine. Literally, we hit record, we don't edit unless I really have to. Like the little kids have come in and disrupted me. But it's pretty much what we say, and then it goes out to the world. Whereas I know other people get very heavily involved in editing and things like that. But I'm like, the what we say is meant to be said and shared with everyone.
Mm.
Yeah. Interesting. Fascinating that you mentioned when we come to the end of our lives, what are we going to reflect on? I had some three very odd situations like last year where when something would catch in your throat and it gives you that is this going to be a problem kind of feeling. I had two of those, and I almost got hit by a bus, like very like standing at an intersection with my boyfriend. The crossman went green. The thing was beep beep beep. It was our turn to go, and both of us just stayed completely still. And out of our peripheral, there was this bus coming, and I'm going, "Oh, he's gonna stop, but he's still going a bit fast." And I'm like, we didn't say anything to each other. We both just froze in that moment of time that went forever, and he just went flying through the intersection. And had either of us walked out, we would have been
Gone.
all over. Like he went
Wow.
halfway through the intersection before he stopped. So we would have been full blown. This was your moment, and for some reason we both had like I felt like hands just holding me still. And so in those three moments of this could be, I had like the thoughts going through my mind, not of fear or panic, but of these were the last thoughts you were thinking. These were the last feelings you were thinking.
Wow.
If this is the end, are you happy with that? And I've got to be really honest, Olivia. Like, I was not happy with the things I was thinking, in that 5 minutes prior to those experiences. Like, I was caught up in all these bullshit first world problems, like ridiculous, going through my mind. And those three moments were just like, they were almost like nudges, like, Sarah, hang on, wake up. You have a choice about how you're living. And externally you think you're living all, high vibe, good intentions, great frequency, but really the inner dialogue needs to catch the echo.
I know. Yeah, for sure.
And I'm like, this is very extreme way to show me a lesson, but hey, it worked.
And as long as you lived through it and got another chance, I mean, I don't think we have to be. God, I hope we don't have to be perfect because sometimes I'm like into all this high vibe thing, and like, but I think some of it is about having a sense of humor and not taking it all too seriously about being high vibe all the time. Because I sometimes like I think, oh, what a hypocrite I am because I do believe in unconditional love and all of this stuff, and then I lose my patience with my kids and scream, and, and then I'm like, I'm not being very high vibe, but at least
Yeah.
I'm real with my kids and I admit it, and I just say, be patient like mummy is, and then they laugh at me.
And then they start yelling, right? And they're like, that's how you sound.
Exactly. Be patient and calm like mummy.
And life is the light and the dark. It's everything on
Yes.
either extreme and everything in between. And I feel like we are forgetting that, or we're preached to forget that. Like, if you want to be spiritually awakened, you have to be sitting at the upper end. And like, to me, I have a real bee in my bonnet about when people go, happiness is not where you should be aspiring to be. It's bliss and alignment. And I'm like, you know what? Happiness is a feeling
Mm,
we can feel. And yes, you can feel happy and then you can feel sad again. And it doesn't take away from that feeling of happiness if you've just enjoyed it in that moment. And that's okay. And to feel the whole range of emotions is what we are here for. We're here for the experience. So let's experience it all.
that's right. I
Yeah.
think I often get inspired by little children, actually. Follow their example before they've been indoctrinated and put in straitjackets and like yeah, they feel their emotions, and I admire that about little children. I use them as role models, that the fact that they can have a tantrum, get it out of their system, have a cry, have a cuddle, and then move on with their lives. So yeah, feel the feelings and then keep going. But I think happiness is a guide. It's not supposed to be. I think probably authenticity is more important, but I think yeah, do what makes your heart sing. So happiness is good in that sense, but we're not going to be happy all the time. But we can do our best to be authentic and at least call ourselves out with a bit of humor when we when we fall off the path a little bit. Hmm.
Absolutely. Feeling the range of everything for what they are.
Yeah, I think we can take things too seriously too. So,
Absolutely. All right, Olivia, I have three Empress questions for
mhm.
you. All right, question number one. How do you embody your Empress?
Mhm. Um, I think it's for me, it is in alignment with, as I've already said, I guess, authenticity. So I embody my Empress by leaning into being more of me. Um, yeah, so for me, that's obviously um, writing songs, poems, and also, and for me, like I just mentioned, and I didn't really go into it, but I closed the podcasting business. And for me, that was about being authentic too, because I realized that that's not, I love podcasting. I love this, what we're doing, having the deep, meaningful, juicy conversations. And so I liked from that point of view supporting people who had important messages to share. But the whole scheduling and keeping track of all the deadlines and the, and the things like that was starting to feel stressful and chase me through the night. Like I had to put fires out sometimes, and because I've got ADHD and like that kind of thing is um, not my forte. I don't feel like that's what I'm made for. So I think it is having the being brave enough to lean into being more of who you are and finding out what that is for
Mhm.
you. So, so
I love
yeah,
that. I love that so much. And yeah, like if you're doing something and it isn't lighting you up, it's okay to let it go. It's okay to say no.
I think
And
it
it's
had its
okay just to
time.
come and chat to people on their podcast. That's fair.
So
That's
I've had my
okay.
podcast, but I'm just like I need time to settle before I decide whether I start one for myself again after just closing down podcasting. Yeah, I might do one because I love the deep and meaningful messages, but it's not
Who
yet.
knows what happens? Yeah, love it. Beautiful. So what does your Empress energy feel like for you?
It feels peaceful, or at least returning to peace. I think it feels like the same words: authenticity, honesty. So, um, Empress energy feels aligned, and alignment is truth, which is the same words that keep coming up: authenticity. So that means like, even if I do something quote unquote wrong or get out of alignment, I can just own it, not judge myself, not judge other people, not take anything too seriously, and come back to the truth of unity and love. So Empress energy feels like love and truth and authenticity.
Beautiful. And what are your parting words of wisdom for inspiring your nation?
Um, Trust your heart and do what makes your heart sing.
Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, how can anyone connect with you, Olivia? How can they get involved in your world? And what have you got going on that they can come and partake in all that beautiful, authentic energy that you're putting out there?
Okay. Well, I'm not sure when this is getting published, so I'm not sure if it'll be in time, but I just got inspired to do because I've got the 21 days to miracle abundance and higher guidance is the tagline on the book, on the ultimate book of word spells. I am just about to start, when is it? On the 13th, I think I decided. Um if just come later and check out what I decided what I've done. But I'm doing but I'm doing a 21 days, like a live round of 21 days transformation challenge because I thought now's the time to do it, January. But anyway, just come and find me on Livy Meditations, Livvi. It's a relatively new page that I've set up for this. And also, if you want to stay in touch, you can go to livymedia.com.au/word spells and you can feel anything and stay in the loop and know when things are coming out and find the book and all of those things. So it's Livvi. It's all I's, no Y's, because when I first decided on that name, it was for the kids' music and I wanted to be able to put hearts on all the I's. So that's how you can remember the spelling.
Oh, I love it. So if you have been inspired by this conversation, which I know you definitely have been, go and follow along and check out the website and just take the little parts of today that feel true and authentic to you and go out and live your life with that inspiration. Thank you so much for joining us today, Olivia. It has been a pleasure having you on Embody Your Empress.
It's been an absolute pleasure, Sarah. Thank you so much.